Okay, magandang gabi dyan sa Philippines. Sorry, I'm running late. Nagluto kasi ako ng bibimbap. Ang daming steps. Hindi ako agad natapos. Okay, I know in the Philippines it's now 8:08 and here in Kazan is 3:08. So we're 5 hours behind. Happy Saturday. So we have like two things. Three things. So you can type in your question in the comment section. I'll read them and then I'll try my best to answer your questions. If your question is in English, then I'll answer in English. If you ask me in Filipino, I'll answer in Filipino. Okay, your question can be about the United States, it can be about international schools, it can be about Russia. As long as I know the answer, I'm just gonna answer you. All right, welcome. Everybody. So if you already have an answer, you can already type them in and so I can start answering your questions. So this live hopefully will be helpful to you. If you have any questions, it can be a question that's just, like about your situation. Say if you want me to kind of like assess, maybe if you are having doubts because probably of your credentials or whatever situation you have, you can ask me also and I'll try my best to answer it based on my experience and also my research, because I've been doing this content for 4 years now. So again, if you have any questions, can a social studies teacher teach in NC or Russia? Yes. So social studies, if you're applying as a social studies teacher, then you can apply in New Zealand or Russia. So, but make sure that if you're applying to Russia, it's for an international school, because Russian public schools do not hire foreign teachers, especially to teach social studies, because they're using Russian language in public schools, okay? You will only have like English classes, for instance, the medium of instructions English, if you're teaching at an international school. That is true. That is true if you're also teaching in, say, Portugal, which is Portuguese, right? If you're teaching in Spain, so if you're teaching at a public school in Spain, then you're gonna use Spanish. So that is true for if you want to teach in Germany, France, any countries that would have language that is not English. If they don't use that as a first language in their public schools, they use their local language to teach the classes, except for an English class. So again, your question, can you apply as a social studies teacher in New Zealand or Russia? For Russia, yes, only if you're applying to an international school. For New Zealand, because English is their language, right, main language, then yeah, whether it's public school, private, or international school. So that's the first question. Hopefully that my answer was clear. May I ask where you are teaching? Are you asking about like the specific name of the school? I cannot divulge, okay? I cannot disclose the name of my school, but I am in Russia. It's an international school here in Russia. How about physical education teachers? So how about physical education? What about this? Are you asking me if you can apply to Russia as well and to New Zealand? So guys, it will help if you be more specific with your questions, okay? So again, if you are someone who is not from the Philippines, you can ask me question in English. I'll answer you in English. But Filipinos, you can ask me in Tagalog as well. So if you ask me in Tagalog, I'll answer in Tagalog. Anyway, so so it's RG. So RG, how about physical education? So yeah, physical education is a subject that you can teach in Russia, in New Zealand, worldwide, right? So it may not be as in demand in some areas, but PE is a subject taught everywhere. And like I said, if you want to teach in Russia, you want to target international school, because PE will be taught there in the local language if you're targeting public school. But honestly, you don't want to target public school here in Russia because they don't pay well. Okay, so I think they're only like $2,000 more compared to what Filipino teachers are receiving as salary in the Philippines. That's annual. Okay, again, countries that don't speak English as their first language will not hire foreign teachers to teach social studies, those classes, because they teach those in their local language. So you want to teach at an international school. All right, I answered 2 questions already. Hi, ma'am. Good evening. You have your spouse with you, Paul. What's the visa status? If you have your dependent in Russia, are you qualified to be a resident for how many number of years? Okay, so my husband and my son's visa is called family companion visa, something like that. So unfortunately, this kind of visa will not allow my husband to work if that is a concern. Okay, so most spouses of expats or foreign teachers at an international school, not just in Russia, or it can be anywhere, most of the expat spouses, dependents, are working remote jobs. So if you are planning to teach at an international school, especially if the language is different, not English, then it will be a good thing to start having remote jobs before leaving the Philippines, so you can just, carry on, with that job when you get to Russia or Spain or Belgium, whatever country, or China. Okay, so I'm reading your question again just to make sure I answered all of your questions. Are you qualified? Okay, about residency. So I know the rule for Russia is like 5 years, and you can already apply for permanent residency. Yeah. Okay, just to make sure, because I heard this from my colleagues. I have some colleagues who, one is from the US, the other one's from Australia. They married Russian locals, so of course they're now working on their permanent residency. I'm not sure if they're gonna also work toward their naturalization, so I'm not really sure. So just to be sure, because I don't want to give you wrong information, but just so you know, every country, they have their own rules for residency. So it's not just the US. Say if you work in Spain, if you're Filipino, there's actually a special privilege for us if you want to be a resident permanently, or also for naturalization. So it says here that to get you have to be in Russia. Okay, you should be, typically you must first hold a temporary resident permit for 1 to 3 years. Okay. Okay, so for instance, okay, so my visa here in Russia is called Highly Qualified Specialist, right? HQS, that's my visa. So someone who is with this visa like me, if I stay here for 2 years, I can already apply for temporary resident permit, And after being 3 years here, I can start applying for a permanent resident permit, PR. Okay, so but if you're married to a Russian, you should be married for at least 3 years. You should be like together, married for 3 years, and then you can apply for permanent residency. So if you will teach here in Russia, it means you will probably have the same visa as I have, which is highly qualified specialist. So again, after 2 years, you can apply for temporary resident permit, and then after that, you can apply for a permanent resident status, and eventually as a Russian citizen. So, okay, it's interesting if you're planning to be a Russian citizen. As for me and my family, no. Okay, I hope I answered that. So I'm on my, since I'm extending, right? So next year is my 3rd. It means at this point, I'm already qualified to apply for a temporary residency here in Russia, but I don't have any plans in doing that. Okay, so that's, I think, fourth question. Okay, place. Ma'am Genevieve. So I'm here in Russia. In the republic is called Tatarstan, and the city is called Kazan. So that's the place. I answered your question. Okay, now I'm on my 5th year on a J1 visa as mathematics teacher. Have created account and started sending application on the platforms pinned in your posts. When is the hiring season in UK or Russia? Thank you. All right, hiring season is year round. It's year round. Okay, but the thing is, if, say, for instance, if I'm already in Russia, it will be easier for me because I already have the visa, right? So, even if it's year round, if you're coming from another country, which obviously is the case, then the peak for the hiring is now, so January. So, yep, if your account is already 100% completed and you are subscribed, for instance, to the paid platforms, then you should be applying now. And I know you might be getting some rejections here and there, but just continue applying. Like, honestly, I applied to many as well. But that was before subscribing. I got all the rejections. I got rejected to my applications to, mostly I applied to China, also Malaysia. But that was before subscribing. So once I subscribed, I started getting invitations. So the first invitation for interview that I got was from an international school in Jeju Island in South Korea. Right? And then the second interview is here in this school, and I got a job. And when I was already here in Russia in 2024, a school from Vietnam contacted me. So, of course, I cannot have that. So the reason why I wasn't able to get the job for the South Korea school is because my school in the Philippines wasn't able to provide me what the school needed so that they can continue with the process. So it took a while for my principal, for my assistant principal, to give me a recommendation letter. So they moved on. So that was a missed opportunity. But I think, I believe that if it's not for you, that it's not going to happen. That is why I think I got this job here in Russia. So all is well that ends well, right? So yeah. So what am I saying here? Year-round, these international schools are hiring. It's good if you're already in that school. But because you'll be coming from, if you're already in that country, it's easy to move from one school to another. Say, there are so many international schools in China, right? So there's always a need year-round. But if you're coming from the Philippines going to China, of course, you want to apply in January because you need time for visa. Okay, you need time for visa. Depending on the requirements of the country or the requirements of your own country, because your country will also have some requirements, then it'll take time. It can take 6 months. It can take 3 months. Really depends. So the year-round hiring season is very useful only for those who are already in that country and they just want to transfer to another international school. But if you're coming outside, you have to give time for your visa application process. So what I'm saying is January, this month, you should already have created your account and it should be 100% completed. And I would suggest that you go for the subscription. It's an investment, I'm telling you. So Scroll or TES, $50. That's for a year of subscription. International School Services, ISS, I heard that, it's really good. Also Search Associate. So those three, I'm familiar with them because most of my colleagues here, they are subscribed to these platforms. But I know there's 3 of us subscribed to Scroll. Okay, I'm one of those, obviously. And then most of the rest of my colleagues are subscribed to Search Associates. That's a more expensive platform. But they're saying, I don't know if it's true because I can't prove because I'm only subscribed to Scroll, but they're saying that there are more postings, job hiring in Search Associates than in Scroll. All right, so, and they're also saying that there is more information in search associate platforms about schools, like salary, employment package. Okay, so it's really up to you where you want to subscribe. But what I'm saying is a paid subscription is an investment, because that's where you will get your job. Okay, and how to pay? Credit card. So if you don't have your own credit card, then you can ask a friend, hey, you have a credit card, I'll just pay you. Can you pay this for me? Okay, when you are subscribed, what does it mean? It means you have access, you can apply unlimitedly to all job postings if you find, you know, that you are qualified. So what am I saying? So if you're a biology teacher, if you are not subscribed, you are limited for school. I'm talking about school. If you're not subscribed to school and you're using it only for the free version, right? Your application is limited to only 3 applications. After that, you cannot apply anymore, right? So, and once you subscribe, you can apply to as many. If you see all of them are looking for biology teacher, then apply to all of them. And of course, the schools will also be able to find you. Like I said, the school in South Korea, the school in Vietnam, the school here in Russia where I'm currently working, I did not apply to those schools, but they found me. Okay? So yeah, it's an investment. Think of it as an investment. So yeah, let's continue. I'm on my 5th year. So, I think I answered your question already. So, next question. Hi po ma'am. Ma'am, pwede po ba mag-apply ang graduate ng Bachelor of Industrial Education sa US? Pwede ba mag-apply? So, yung tanong na pwede ba mag-apply? Siyempre, lahat pwede naman mag-apply. So, ang tanong, in demand ba? Ano po yung balakang applyan na subject na ituturo? Hindi ko po kasi alam, ano po yan? Parang TLE? Ang magiging, tuturo mo? Kasi, if you're not a Filipino, and I'm now speaking Filipino, if you notice, like I posted, my rule is, if your question is Filipino, I'll answer in Filipino. If your question is English, I'll answer in English. This question is in Filipino, so I'm asking in Filipino. So if you're not from the Philippines, but you have a question for me, type that in, and I'll answer you in English. Okay, so anyway, so going back to this question. So, ma'am, hindi ko alam kung anong subject area ang a-applyan nyo. Sa US, para lang alam nyo, may tinatawag na CTE. Yun yung Career Technical Something. Alam nyo, lagi itong tinatanong. At laging hindi ko matanda-tandaan kung ano ibig sabihin ng CTE. Pero parang, yun yung sa Career and Technical Channeling. Okay? Education. So, andyan yung agriculture, andyan yung culinary, andyan yung soap top. Diba? Parang yan yung THE or TELE sa Philippines. So, yun yung a-applyan mo. Okay? Ano ba yung eligibility para makapag-apply ka sa United States? 2 years ka na bang nagtuturo at least? Meron ka bang valid na teaching license? Qualified ka bang magturo ng secondary? Kasi I'm sure secondary yung tuturuan mo. Paano malalaman na valid na pwede ka magturo ng secondary na CTE? Ayun nga, yung teaching license. Kaya dapat valid siya. Then, magpapasa ka rin ng FCE. Yun yung Foreign Credential Evaluation. So, yung FCE, hindi yan kailangan sa international schools. Okay? Ang nangangailangan lang ng FCE, ang alam ko ay ang Canada, United States. Hindi ako parang yun lang naman eh. So, kung international school yung target nyo, hindi nyo kailangan ng FCE. Well, anyway, so, yun. Kung check ka dun sa mga yun, pwede ka mag-apply. Okay? So, yun. Kasi, yung pinost ko na picture, di ba, kanina, yung mga marami kami, yung isa doon, si Sir, agriculture tinuro niya sa US. That time, also merong taga saan ba yun si Sir? Jamaica. May Jamaica na akong kasama noon. Ang tinuturo niya, computer. Okay? So, yes. Ang sagot sa tanong mo, pwede ba mag-apply ang graduate ng industrial education sa US? Ang sagot, yes. Basta eligible ka based dun sa sinabi kong eligibility requirement. How much is the expected amount we need to prepare when applying to NC and Russia? Pinost ko po, I have a post this week lang. 'Di ba? Ni-repost ko. I posted about the application costs for Russia, for international schools specifically, and New Zealand, and US public schools. So let me go ahead and find it. I posted it just this week. It's a repost because I posted this a while back. Yeah, I have this. It's a photo which has like a caption. It says, how much is the application cost for USA, New Zealand, and Russia? I mean, international schools. So not just Russia, because actually, like I said, there are international schools worldwide, not just Russia. So if you want more chances of winning, like they said, you apply to as many countries, right? Okay. Nasaan ba? Tingnan ko, balik ako dito. Nasaan na yung tanong ni ma'am? How much? Ma'am Shan, what's that? How much? Ma'am Genevieve, inireply ko sa iyong tanong yung link doon sa post ko po, okay? So, pakibukas na lang po yan mamaya. Again, if you're not Filipino, my rule for today's live is if you're asking me in Filipino, I'll answer in Filipino. If you're asking me in English, I'll answer in English. Alright, so let's go ahead. I answered that question already. How much is expected? Nasagot ko na. Hello ma'am, dami kong natutunan sa mga videos niyo sa YouTube. Okay, mabuti naman. Salamat sa panonood. It's an invitation to everybody. Just in case you don't know yet, I have a YouTube channel. I have videos there. The videos there are longer because they're more detailed. Because on Facebook, it's, just like 90 seconds. On my YouTube channel, it's easier to find videos you need on YouTube channel because they don't move, right? Unlike in Facebook, every time I post something, everything moves, it gets really low and you really need to scroll down. So yeah. Thank you po ma'am for watching my YouTube channel. Okay, hi kabayan. How about yung present work ko kasi nasa government? But before, TA ako sa UAE, 1 year, and 11 months lang. British curriculum. Pwede ba yon? Complete documents. Ma'am, I am kontrabida. Ano po yung target yung school? Kasi iba po eh. So, anyway, sagutin ko na lang to, no? I-assume ko na mag-apply ka sa US at international school. Ganun na lang. So, kung ikaw ay gusto mag-apply sa United States, ang pagiging about yung present work ko kasi nasa government. So, kung ang current work mo po ay sa government at hindi ka nagtuturo, nagtuturo ko po ba ngayon? Kasi walang masyadong yung information na kailangan ko. Kasi para makaturo ka sa USA, sa J1, dapat currently teaching ka, di ba? Currently teaching ka. So, kung yung sinasabi mo na TA ka, teaching assistant ka dati sa UAE, sa US, kung wala kang ibang teaching experience, maliban sa pagiging teaching assistant sa UAE, medyo hindi po kayo pwede sa US. Kasi ang requirement ng US, dapat ikaw yung main teacher. Hindi pwedeng assistant ka, hindi pwedeng para. Dapat ikaw yung classroom teacher, full-time, at ikaw yung main. Pero kung dati ka namang may experience, kung sinabi mo kasi nasa government ka ngayon, sinasabi mo bang nasa DepEd ka ngayon na ikaw yung teacher? So, kung yon ang tama ang pagkakaintindi ko, qualified ka naman. Okay? So, complete documents, verified and authenticated. Okay, so yun po ang sagot ko sa inyo. Kung meron kayong detail na madagdag, sana mabasa ko and then I'll get back to your question. Done na po. Dance. Hello, Dance. Okay. Classmate ko to elementary. Elementary ba? Ay, high school lang pala. High school. Okay. Hello, Dandy. Okay. Done na po ang phone interview under GTP. And I'm already on the secondary documents, ma'am. Can you share how to make an introduction video? Thank you. And also the lesson plan, ma'am. What would be the best lesson? Kasi wala po silang specify na subject lesson plan. na pinapasubmit. Una, I don't know what kind of lesson plan to tell you because I don't know what you're applying for. I don't know the subject. Like what lesson? Should I tell you that to talk about to create a lesson plan for physics, chemistry, biology? I don't know. So that one I cannot answer. Now, your other question is, can you share how to make? I already did. I made a video about how to introduce yourself. Pakihanap na lang po. I already made a video about that. Okay, it's on my Facebook page and also is on my YouTube channel. Okay, paano like how to introduce yourself, how to answer. It's always the beginning of the interview, whether you're applying to the United States or international school. They will always start with, tell us about yourself. I already made a video about it. Okay, I'm gonna look for it real quick because it's one of the recent ones that I posted. So I'm just gonna repost it so it's easier for you to find. Sorry, I burped. Okay, let me find it. Because again, I already made a video. So I'm suggesting, so this is the time where schools in the US and international schools are interviewing. My suggestion is for you to watch the videos I made about interviews. Because there's a specific method of answering questions that's really, preferred by these schools overseas. The STAR method, that's what they call it. So where is it? How to answer? Anyway, if I can't find it, because it's kind of slow. My computer. Okay. Question. Dapat bang... So while okay, I found the video. Copy the link. Okay, so if you're looking for this video, how to introduce yourself, like I said, it's the beginning of every interview. I have never had an interview in my life where this was not the beginning, right? Tell us about yourself. So for those who want to see this video, I posted on my wall. It's at the top. So you can watch it later. So your question about lesson plan, I cannot answer it. I don't know what lesson you're going to teach. I don't know the requirements. So I don't know for how long the lesson plan. Are you really going to teach it? No, okay. Sorry. Mark asks, Ma'am, ano mas okay? Kukuha po ba muna ako ng experience sa Asian bago mag-apply? Or pwede na direct po ako dyan mag-apply? Dyan. So I'm guessing sa Russia. Okay. So, ako, ang experience ko lang naman sa Asian na pagtuturo, Philippines. So, may teaching experience ka ba sa Philippines? If yes, okay, mag-apply ka na po. Hindi naman kailangan ang experience ng pagtuturo sa Amerika para makapagturo ka sa international school. Hindi siya requirement. Pero I'll be honest, it's an edge. Kasi ibig sabihin yan, kung nakapagturo ka na sa US, ibig sabihin may experience ka outside of your country. So, ibig sabihin meron kang experience about teaching students who are not from the same, nationality, who have different cultures. Kasi importante yun, di ba? So ngayon, kapag ba wala ka pang experience sa pagtuturo outside of your country, huwag ka na mag-apply. Siyempre hindi. Maraming teachers nag-umpisa, Philippines, diretso sa China. Philippines, diretso sa Singapore. Philippines, diretso sa Russia. Pero siyempre, kung may isang aplikante na may international school experience, edi mas meron siyang advantage. So, paano mo papantayan yung ganong klaseng qualification? Kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo, dapat taasan yung iyong credential. Diba kahit naman saan sa klase ng profession natin, kung gusto natin na may edge tayo, pag nag-a-apply tayo, dapat hindi puro tayo minimum. Okay? Ba, sinabi, okay, etong eligibility, at least 2 years. So, 2 years ka. Doon ka sa minimum. Tapos may nag-apply din. 10 years na nagtuturo. Everything being the same, sino ang mas may edge? Di syempre yung mas matagal ang nagtuturo. Okay, so sabihin naman natin na lahat pareho, no? Lahat pareho, except yung isa may master's degree, ikaw bachelor's degree. So, sino yung may edge? Yung may master's degree, 'di ba? So, ganun na, basic principle. if you want higher chances of being hired outside of your country, and on the aspect of, having an experience outside of your country being what you are lacking, i-compensate mo siya sa ibang bagay. Okay? So, paano? Yun nga, sana may master's degree ka para naman kahit paano mas meron kang edge. Sana medyo mas mataas na, matagal ka na nagtuturo para may mas edge ka. Okay? Pero make sure po yung master's degree nyo ay align sa inyong bachelor's degree. So, may master's degree ka, may PhD ka, pero yun ay walang kinalaman sa pagtuturo. Ibig sabihin, kunyari, ang minasteral mo ay curriculum development o kaya educational management. Pero, nag-a-apply ka bilang science teacher. Unfortunately, hindi siya ganun ka-useful. Kasi hindi ka naman nag-a-apply bilang admin. Okay? In fact, sa United States, hindi yan lahat ikikredit. Okay? So, kaya mas maganda vertically aligned ang iyong degree. Okay? Huwag basta-basta kukuha ng degree kung ang target mo makapagturo sa ibang bansa. Importante yung depth. Yung kumbaga, master ka talaga ng content. Okay? Yun yung binabayaran. So, pwede kang direct, ha? So, ang itong suggestion ko, kung walang kang experience, international curriculum. Kasi pwede mo na makuha experience sa international curriculum na nasa Philippines ka lang eh. Okay? So, ano ba yung mga international curriculum? Pag nag-apply kayo someday, halimbawa, lalo na kung graduate ka pa lang, baka may follower dyan. Tingnan nyo yung school, nag-offer ba sila ng Cambridge curriculum, yung IGCSE, A-levels? Nag-offer ba sila ng American curriculum, kagaya ng Common Core, ng AP, Advanced Placement, NGSS? Okay? Kung meron sila nun, o apply ka dun, magandang, stepping stone. At syempre, yung pinakasikat, yung IB, International Baccalaureate na curriculum. So, yun yung mga sinasabing international na curriculum. Okay? So, ma'am, wala ako niyan. So, ang targetin mo muna, dun ka muna sa lower tier na international school. Huwag ka munang makipag-compete na makakuha ng teaching position sa mga top tier school. Kasi kung wala kang teaching experience sa international school, syempre, i-ignore ka. Kaya doon ka muna sa lower tier na international schools or mid-tier. Lower tier to mid-tier. Ma'am, di mababa yung sweldo doon. O sige, magpaka-choosy ka. Sa totoo, malaki pa rin ang sweldo. Okay? So, yung mga lower tier school, po pwede sumisweldo ka dyan ng mga, let's say, at least 90,000 pesos converted, no? 90,000 to, let's say, mga 150,000 pesos. Lower tier. Pero libre ang bahay mo. Libre naman ang iyong visa. Libre pamasahe. Okay pa rin, di ba? Pero, maganda na yun na stepping stone mo para next time, mag-target ka na ng middle tier. Okay? Mid-tier, higher tier, kung ganun na talaga ikaw ka-confident. Okay? So, yun po nasa tamang pag-a-apply. Wala kasi tayong hindi dapat tayo feeling entitled na, pag nag-apply ako, hindi ako tinanggap. Tapos, i-assume na natin na ito ay out of discrimination, na nagiging racist sila. Siyempre, ang bawat school, gusto nila i-hire yung mga teachers na yung parents ay hindi rin naman sila ko-questionin. Okay? So, i-target nyo yung tamang eskwelahan. Huwag muna tayong mag-target ng top tier na international school kasi yung kalaban mo dyan, siyempre, yung mga antagal-tagal na nagtuturo sa IS. Okay? Dito sa school ko, parang ako yung pinaka-newbie, sa totoo lang. Sila, mga 5 bansa na yung pinanggalingan nila. 'Di ba? Iba nga, 10 na, ang dami-dami na. Parang doon na talaga sila nag-start sa international school. Ako, baguhan lang. First international school teaching experience ko to. Pero syempre, yung experience ko sa US, it counts. Kasi ang tinuro ko naman doon ay IB at AP. Okay, so yun po targetin nyo muna yung tama. Kasi malaki pa rin naman yung sweldo dyan eh. Tapos malaki pa rin ang take home mo. 'Diba? Kasi yung mga privileges, yung perks na libreng bahay, libreng pagkain, libreng pamasahe, tax-free salary, libreng insurance, kasama lagi pamilya dyan common naman yun sa international school Hindi lang naman yan dito sa Russia. Okay? Actually, sa China, mas marami pang schools doon na mas marami ang perks, mas malaki yung sweldo. Okay. Hi, ma'am. Okay, parang ganun yun, ma'am. Okay, so anyway, hi, watching from UAE. Thank you for always sharing information. You're welcome. Watching from Northern Samar, Ma'am Nerissa. Hello po. Thank you po, ma'am. Okay, so I posted. Are these websites you were referring to? So, looks like it. Okay, so paki-check na lang po yan. Search Associates is more expensive, but my colleagues are saying that they are subscribed to Search Associates. Okay, I spent more than 80,000 to get my practicing certificate in NZ. Still in job hunting phase, and it's so challenging. Okay, so yeah. But my suggestion, since you are targeting New Zealand, I highly suggest you following teachers who are making contents about New Zealand. You'll get more information, and they're more specific, obviously, because for me, it's more like general information only. Although I post information about, all countries, it's better to follow content creators who are actually in New Zealand. And there are so many of them. So you can get tips from them. Okay? So, yeah. Anyway, hi ma'am. I'm a bachelor's degree in philosophy and currently teaching values ed in public here in the Philippines. Ano po ba kaya pwede ko applyan sa US? Ito yung medyo mahirap na parang hanapan ng So, Tagalog question, okay? I'll answer in Tagalog. So, sir, it's not a lost cause, alright? So, values ed. Sa totoo, sa US, wala kasing ganyang subject. Walang values ed sa US. That's unfortunate. Tapos, yung major mo pa, philosophy. So, ito na lang, no? Hirap sagutin, Hirap niya sagutin. Kasi yung, philosophy, kung wala naman kasing ganyan ding subject sa US yung target mo, diba? Values ed. Medyo challenging, but I would say, apply ka pa rin, sir. Kasi, meron akong nabasa somewhere. Sabi niya, values ed teacher siya. Isa pa nga, religion teacher sa Philippines. Nakapagturo naman sa US. Natanggap naman sa US. Kasi, ka din na, malaki kasi talagang shortage doon. Try mo lang, sir. Pero, ang feeling ko na pwede ka mag-apply sa mga private school. Alam nyo, meron mga Catholic school, Christian school sa US Yung isa kong kinoach, nasa US siya ngayon, Maryland, Catholic school ang tinuturuan. Doon siya nakakuha ng trabaho. First year niya doon. Okay? So, yun ang suggestion ko, sir. Yep. Kasi hindi siya considered na in demand sa United States. At in terms naman sa iyong bachelor's degree, philosophy, medyo mahirap. Medyo mahirap, pero hindi imposible. So, yun po ang aking masasabi. Marami pong Catholic school, mga Christian school sa US din. So, doon pwede kang merong religion or values education. I'm not really sure kung may ganong klase doon. Okay. Kasi sa school ko, based sa school ko, nung sa US ako, wala kasing values ed as a separate subject. Wala. Okay. So, I used to be teaching in college. Next question, William. I used to be teaching in college. Am I qualified to teach abroad? Okay, when I went to the US, I was teaching in college. So yes, the answer is yes. So Sir William answered your question and the answer is yes. I am an example. I was not teaching in secondary when I got hired in the United States. I was teaching college level students. Okay, how about TLE subject po? 10 years of teaching experience, master's, graduate. Any recommendation po kung saan ako pwede mag-apply? Because as of now, not current, okay, so malaking, medyo problem to sa not currently teaching. So, yung TLE, okay sana siya sa US. Kasi may CTE doon. Kaso, hindi ka naman currently teaching. Ang J1 kasi, nire-require nila, currently teaching ka. Lalo ngayon, mahirap, di ba? Ang daming, nagigpit sila ngayon sa visa. So, mas strict sila ngayon sa requirements ng visa. Di ba? So, ang J1 po kasi dapat you're currently teaching. Kung meron man, hindi ko alam kung gaano na po kayo katagal wala sa teaching, may mga J1 visa sponsors na okay lang kung hindi ka currently teaching, basta at least last 2 years lang. Hindi pwedeng 5 years ago ka pa huling nagturo or 10 years ago, hindi nila ina-accept. Okay? I'm talking based on experience. I met, from my page, I've met a lot of teachers with different situations and they share their stories to me. I'm not inventing this story. I also have a friend. Okay, I invited her. You should try teaching in the United States, I told her. But she's been out of, the academy for a long time. So she applied to EPI, and EPI put her application on hold for that reason, because she's been out for so many years. Okay, and they advised her to go back to teaching if she wants to continue applying as an EPI teacher. So it's based on my experience. Okay, so, yep. So, I don't know how long you've been out from the academe, but I would say TLE, I don't know specific thing you're going to teach, but there is CTE in the United States. That's kind of like the equivalent of TLE, CTE. So yeah, you can apply. But unfortunately, like I said, how long have you been out of the academe? Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome. Ma'am, what is your major and what grade are you teaching in Russia? So my major is physics. My major is physics, and my teaching experience, of course, include physics, math. And now in Russia, I'm teaching middle school. Okay, I'm teaching middle school science and biology. So what can we learn from this? So when you teach at an international school, they're not very strict with the alignment compared to the United States. Okay, sa US, my teaching experience in the US is I was teaching physics, obviously, and math. Okay, so here I'm teaching science, grade school. So, see, I was teaching, before going to Russia, all my teaching experiences are high school students. So, 11 and 12, and then college level. But I had an experience teaching grade 6 as a substitute teacher. I posted about that not too long ago. So yun po, I hope I answered your question. Jeffrey, most bloggers nowadays focus mainly on views. Unlike you po, your information is well explained and very helpful. I'm YouTube follower po. Wow, salamat. Thank you so much for this kind words. Okay. My FCE West po ako, pero hindi course by course. Any advice po? And it was my mistake. Oo nga, sir, it's a mistake. Kasi yun po yung kailangan, course by course. Sayang yung pera nyo na, sir, no? Hindi rin mura yan. Magkano na ba? Parang $400, no? Or hindi ko na alam kung magkano sa'yo yung pera mo. Pero, kasi wala tayong magagawa. Kung anong requirement, hindi naman sila yung mag-adjust sa atin. So, ang requirement talaga, course by course. So, itong payo ko sa inyo, mga teachers, no? Huwag tayong basta-basta gumawa ng step, lalo na yung involved ang pera na hindi natin sure kung eto ba yung tama kung gawin na step. At isa sa pinakamalaking financial mistake na pwede nyong makommit bilang aplikante sa US or international school ay ang pag-hire ng placement agency. Napaka-costly pero unnecessary. Okay? I'll give you an idea. Ano ba ang mga placement agencies na kadalasan yung mga teachers akala nila yun yung visa sponsors? No. Okay, let's start from the basic principle. Kung ang target mo ay United States, ano ba ang requirement? Dapat meron kang employer. Sino employer? School or school district. Dapat may visa sponsor ka. Sino ang visa sponsor? Pwedeng school, lalo na kung H1B, at kung J1, maraming visa sponsors. Hindi yung school. Ano yung example dyan? EPI, TPG, GTP, IAG. Ang dami-dami. Pinost ko na po yan sa Facebook. Ulit-ulit tsaka sa YouTube, no? Sa totoo po, mas madaling hanapin yung topic na gusto nyo sa YouTube channel. Kasi nga doon, hindi masyadong ang daming post, diba? Puro lang video, malaki naman yung title, makikita nyo agad. So, wala doon yung sinasabi na kailangan may placement agency. Wala. Hindi siya requirement. Kasi, dapat, dumiretso ka na. Bakit magbabayad ka ng placement agency? So, no shades, no? This is to give information. I have nothing against these placement agencies, but I want you to know that these are placement agencies. You have to pay them. And it's not cheap, okay? But you don't need them. You don't need them. I never needed them. So, ano yung mga yun, no? FCEC. Parang FCEC, di ba? Alam ko maraming content creator na nasa US, nag-placement agency at yan yung pinopromote nila. Wag na. Ang laki ng gastos doon. Halos 800,000 pesos. Diba? 800,000, pangbaon mo na sana yun doon sa US. Yung RCC. Okay, sa New York. Yung iDream America, New York din yan. Ano pa? 24th Century Placement Agency din yan. Bepuche Placement Agency din yan. Hindi nyo sila kailangan. Okay? So, pwede kasi kayong dumiretso na sa school eh. Diba? Pwede kayong dumiretso. Pero ang lagi kong ina-encourage kayo, dumiretso kayo sa visa sponsors. Ma'am, sino mga visa sponsors? Mga tanong. Ilang beses ko na po yan na-post. Pakihanap na lang po sa Facebook. Again, mas madali siya mahanap sa YouTube. So, it's a big mistake. Kahit sa international schools, mas lalong hindi nyo kailangan ng placement agency. Okay? Walang kailangan placement agency. Kasi yung international school, sila na mismo yung visa sponsor din. Apply ka talaga doon. Pag international school, diretso sa school. So, ma'am, ano pala yung scroll? Ano yung TS niya? Search Associates, ISS. Hindi sila placement agencies. Hindi sila visa sponsor. Hindi rin sila employer. Ano sila? Sila ay mga platforms, mga, ano yan, parang jobs board. Kumbaga, bulletin board sila ng lahat ng mga nag-a-apply. Di ba noon, no? Sinauna, nung wala pang online. Saan tayo nakakahanap ng trabaho? Sa Diaryo. Di ba? Sa Diaryo. Job search sa Diaryo. Or kung nasa university ka pa, may bulletin board, di ba? Sa PNU. Sa PNU ako graduate. Nag-DLSU din ako, masteral. Meron silang bulletin board ng mga hiring. Di ba? Doon tayo nakakahanap. Uy, naghahanap ng teacher to, ganyan. Etong mga scroll, yung mga TS, parang ganon. Oh, nung college na ako, nung medyo uso na internet, noon may Yahoo, may, ano, di ba? Jobstreet.com. Di ba may mga ganon? O, itong mga, meron din ngayon, mga Indeed, LinkedIn, diba? May mga ganyan ngayon. So, anong maganda sa mga platforms na yan? Yung Scroll, Search Associates, International School Services, ASQ International. Ang dami, pinost ko rin yan, paulit-ulit na. Naumay na ako sa mga post ko, sa totoo lang eh. Paulit-ulit ko na lang itong pinopost. Anyway, yung mga yan, bakit mas maganda sa kanila? Kasi sila nakafocus lang sa international school. Okay? Diretso na. Madali. Kaya hindi sayang yung effort mo kung pakalat-kalat. Diba? Mas powerful ang effort na focused. Okay? Hindi yung kalat-kalat. Parang laser, diba? Okay. So, kung gusto mong mas efficient ka, dumiretso ka sa recruitment platform. Ma'am, hindi ba kami pwedeng mag-apply diretso sa school? Pwede naman. Oo, kaya nga, 'di ba, tinuro ko sa page ko 3 way para paano kayo makuha ng teaching position sa international school. Sinabi ko naman yan, method 1, method 2, method 3. Okay? So, kayo nang bahalang pumili. Okay. Next. Ma'am, what is your major? Nasagot ko ba? Most vloggers. Okay. Thank you pala sa ulit sa inyong. Hello, early, madam. Do they have vacancies for ECE? International schools, yes. So again, international schools, they hire from preschool to high school. International schools even hire admin positions. The principal, department head, assistant principal, sports director. So, ayan po ang sagot ko sa inyo. How to get your CV noticed? Paano siya makapasa sa ATS and get an interview? Okay. So, yung tanong ni Early, yes, baklang-bakla. Nagpapanggap po siya, no, parang napaka-formal. Pero kaibigan ko yan. Ano yan? Siya yung nagbayad ng scroll ko, in fairness. Kung hindi niya binayaran yung scroll ko, na $50, wala ako ngayon sa Russia. Pero binayaran ko na siya, di ba, Early? Nabayaran na kita, di ba? Okay, wala kasi akong credit card. So, siya yung nagbayad sa akin. At siya yung bihasang-bihasa na sa mga international school. So, ang tanong niya, siguro, she's asking this to help others. Ewan ko, Early, kung tama yung sasabihin ko. Pero, based kasi sa ginawa kong resume, kung nag-a-apply, if you're applying, o Tagalog naman yung tanong niya, so Tagalog yung sagot ko. Kung nag-a-apply ka sa international school, ang pinaka-importante yung gusto na nilang malaman, sa totoo lang, kung yung may teacher experience mo, anong curriculum na ituro mo. Kasi ako, at least may nalagay akong IB tsaka AP. Actually, yung nag-attract sa school ko dito. Okay? So, wag nyo nang isali yung mga training nyo sa DepEd, mga seminar nyo sa DepEd, kasi hindi talaga yan, hindi naman nire-recognize kahit sa USA eh. So, pampahaba lang siya. So, pag gumawa kayo ng anyong resume, ilimit nyo sa 1 page. Make sure ma-highlight kung meron kang teacher experience sa US, for instance, i-highlight mo anong curriculum yung tinuro mo. 'Di ba? Tapos, yung objective, sa totoo lang, hindi naman nila kailangan yung sobrang madrama. Ang dami ko nakikita mga objective sa mga resume na para bang sila na yung sagot sa kahirapan. Parang pag na-hire siya, parang siya yung sasolve ng problema ng mga teachers. Wag na, hindi yun kailangan. Pwede yung objective na, to be hired as a secondary teacher of physics. Ngayon lang, objective mo yun, di ba? Professional objective. Hindi rin, my goal is to change the lives of the students. Antaray. Ikaw lang pala sagot sa mga problema ng DepEd, ng education in general. Pero, to answer that, parang hindi ako seryoso sa sagot ko. Pero ito yung mga sinabi ko. 1 page dapat, pero may ginawa na akong video kasi dyan bakla. May ginawa akong video tungkol sa resume. O baka pwede mong kasi ito si Early, bihasa lang nga, palipat-lipat na international school yan eh. Ang dami na niya nakilala So I'm sure, yung CV niya talagang pang-IS na talaga. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, mag-content din siya. Tungkol naman sa China, di ba? Anyway, so yun po yung sagot ko ha. Anyway, thanks for the information. Actually, presently working as administrative officer in the office right now in the government. Kabayan, naging TA ako sa UAE kasi wala pa akong license nun. Pero way back before, I had experience as teacher in private school. Okay. But it took 6 months only. Is it possible I can get a job in Russia? Kasi kung pwede, I can get certificate naman sa school. And also, yung TA ako sa UAE. Nakahingi na din ako ng COE last year. Thanks sa pagsagot. Okay. So, if you're targeting international schools, then being currently employed as a teacher is not so much as a visa requirement. Okay? It's not. Kasi yung pagiging teacher sa US, if you're applying to be a teacher in the US, yung requirement na dapat currently teaching ka, hindi yan requirement ng eskwelahan. Requirement yan ng visa mismo. Okay? So, etong si ma'am, hindi siya currently teaching, pero meron siyang teaching experience. Meron din siyang teaching experience sa Philippines, private school, pero 6 months lang. Teacher siya sa UAE, so may international. Pero TA siya, assistant teacher. So, syempre ma'am, medyo, syempre, mas yung mga competition mo, syempre, mas medyo mahirap silang tapatan kung full-time yung kanilang naging experience. Pero sa totoo, yung mga international schools, maraming TA. So, pwede kayo mag-start as TA sa mga international schools. So, kaya sa school ko, maraming mga TA dito eh. Sa primary walang TA sa high school, sa secondary. Sa primary, may mga TA, pero usually, yung mga TA dito, locals. Kasi kapag TA na foreigner, itong pinag-uusapan ko po natin Russia. Specifically school ko. Ang mga TA dito ay locals, mga Russian. Okay? So, ang mga international school teachers ay full-time na main teacher. Kasi sa totoo, mahal ang bayad sa amin. Kumbaga, expensive kami compared sa local teachers. So, dapat kami yung main role. So, yun yung mga hinahire nila, main teaching role. So, pero ma'am, I would say, apply ka pa rin. So, ang suggestion ko sa'yo, mag-window, kumbaga window shopping, 'di ba? Puntahan mo na kasi kahit scroll, TS, associates, pwede ka namang gumawa na ng account kahit hindi ka mag-subscribe eh. Pero gawin mo lang siyang parang mag-window shopping ka, naghahanap ba ito ng teaching assistant? O, para lang makita mo din ano yung mga qualifications niya. Para ikaw mismo sa sarili mo, ma-assess mo na, pwede ba ako mag-apply? Okay? Kasi, although alam ko kung saan kayo pwede mag-apply, ilan ang school sa buong mundo, ang dami-dami. Hindi ko na maalam lahat ng qualifications nila, di ba? So, yun yung suggestion ko. Para din to sa lahat, hindi lang kay ma'am, sa likod ko. Yun yung suggestion ko, gawa kayo ng account sa Scroll, TS, ISS, ganyan, Search Associates, para makapag-explore kayo. Hindi nyo kailangan magbayad agad. Magbayad ka lang kung seryoso ka na mag-a-apply. Okay? Para hindi sayang yung subscription mo. May chance po kayo dyan if BS Ed, English, pero ECE experience po and have diploma po ng ECE. Iba po ang degree ko sa diploma at experience. Okay. International school. Ito na lang yung general na answer ko po sa lahat, no? Okay. Pwede ka ba mag-apply? Yun ang tanong nyo lagi. Pwede ba ako mag-apply dyan? Pwede ba ako mag-apply sa China or kung ano man? Ang tanong dyan palagi, yes. Pwede ba mag-apply? Yes. Ngayon, hireable ka ba? Well, ang makakasagot dyan, eligible ka ba? Qualified ka ba? Based sa nahanap ng school. So, kaya ang suggestion ko nga, maggawa kayo ng account sa mga yan para makapag-window shopping ka na. Makita mo na, itong mga school na to, kung nire-require lahat nila, lahat pala sila, ay, kailangan pala talaga, ako, currently teaching, ngayon, alam mo na, officially. 'Di ba? Tapos, baka makikita mo din doon na dapat ganito yung natapos mo, ganyan. Officially, alam mo na, para total libre naman. Yun ang nalang ang aking sagot sa inyo. I'm sure pare-pareho din kayo ng mga tanong halos. Pwede ba ako mag-apply? So, tingnan nyo yung qualification ng school. Magawa na lang kayo ng account, then explore. Okay, so, early, pero meron pa rin discrimination. Passport matters din. Okay, so, totoo naman din sinasabi ni, ng baklang early, no, na Erlinda. Kaya nga, ang sinasabi ko sa inyo, kasi sa totoo, may mga schools talaga na nakalagay mismo sa website nila na ito lang yung nationality na ina-accept. So, syempre, hindi naman sila ang mag-a-adjust for us. So, i-target mo yung pwede ka. Kasi we cannot always scream, oh, this is discrimination, oh, this is being racist. Syempre may fulfill din sila na tawag dito na gusto nila masatisfy yung kanilang client. Sino yun? Yung parents sa mga bata. Kasi sila yung nagbabayad eh. Okay? So, ikaw, ano ba ikaw? Mag-hire ka ng yaya. Wala ka bang qualifications na isa-set? Lahat ba i-accept mo? Oh. Kasi you set those qualifications for a reason. It's not, 'di ba? So, kung ano man yung mostly yung pagkakaintindi ko sa bagay na yan. Halimbawa, lalo na kung magtuturo, apply ka as English teacher. Okay? Mag-apply ka as English teacher sa ibang bansa. Siyempre, talo ka ng mga native speakers. Okay? So, hindi dahil racist sila against you, hindi dahil nagdi-discriminate sila in that sense. Pero syempre, yun yung mas in their judgment, that's the better standard, that's a better qualification. Balik tayo dun sa analogy ko kanina. Mag-hire ka ng tutor sa anak mo. O hindi naman yaya nga, tutor ng English. Okay? So, may aplikante na, ano ba, just in case nag-ano siya, may American, o sabi, native language niya, English, diba? Tapos may Pinoy na gusto mag-tutor, English. So, sino ang gusto mong mag-tutor sa anak mo para matuto siya ng English? Yung American ba or yung Pinoy? Sinong mas qualified na magturo ng language? Di yung speaker ng language. So, ngayon, lahat ba ng nanay yun ang qualification? Hindi. So, ibig sabihin, targetin mo yung mga nanay na naghahanap ng English tutor na hindi naman kailangan Amerikano ka. So, ganun lang. We should know where to direct our efforts. Okay? Because they will not change for us. They will not change their qualifications for us. So, ibig ba sabihin wala ka ng pag-asa? Gaya ng sabi ko, yung pag-asa, tumataas. Pag itinaas mo yung credentials mo, yung degree mo, ganyan, teaching experience mo, okay? I think is a first principle, di ba, applicable sa lahat. Watching from Surigao, thank you po. Watching from Florida, Antaray, hello. I just want to ask if they are also looking for science biology major. I'm a J1, yes, of course. All worldwide STEM. Okay? Yes. So that's the answer to your question. Ma'am Melinda, have you been to IS in China? What can you say about the cost of living? The curriculum? Okay, Ma'am Melinda, Erlinda, this Miss Early, my friend here, has been in China for more than 10 years, more than a decade, I guess. And so when you have questions about cost of living, you can easily Google that. Tapos, etong, her question is in English. Okay. So, as for the cost of living in any city worldwide, the best way is, you can Google it. Okay. So, since I don't live in China, I cannot give an answer better than Google or ChatGPT or someone who actually lives in China. Okay. So, now, if you are hired as a teacher at an international school in China, honestly, the cost of living does not matter much. Why? They cover your accommodation. Diba? What are included in cost of living? Rent, utilities, of course, food, transportation, medical, right? That's cost of living. If you're hired at an international school, whatever the country, especially in China, they give you free insurance. They give you free accommodation. They give you free transportation in terms of an allowance. It can also be like probably car with a driver, really depends. So does the cost of living in that country matter if the school is covering most of them? I don't think so. Like here, I posted the cost of living here in our city is 10% higher than the cost of living in Manila. But I'm not very much affected by it. Why? Because I live here rent-free. I eat in school. My school pay for our insurances. I don't spend on transportation except when I need to go to the park or to the mall. So they don't affect me. So that's the thing. So that's a general answer I can give you. It doesn't matter what the cost of living. If you teach at an international schools, they offer you perks so that the cost of living in that place won't matter to you. Okay, have you been to IS in China? So the answer, I haven't been. My first teaching at an international school is here in Russia. How about history, ma'am? May hiring? Yes, 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 yes. That's my answer to Wang Nat. History, are they hiring? Yes. Okay, question, how to apply? Okay, so ma'am, how to apply? I don't know how to apply where. I'm not sure kung ano pong school ang target nyo, international ba, United States, how to apply. That's a general question which I already answered a gazillion times. Okay, ma'am, dahil umattend ka sa live na to, syempre, ang purpose is to ask question. At ako naman, dahil nag-invite ng matendang live, sasagutin ko yan, di ba? Okay, ano na lang, sagutin ko ma'am by giving you a link to the video that I made. Okay? However, kasi hindi ko alam kung anong school ang target mo, our country, US ba yan? Or international schools? Okay, so, wait lang po bigyan ko kayo ng link to answer that kasi that's a very long answer to give. So I'm looking for the links that I'll give to ma'am because she wants to know how to apply. Okay, well, it's loading. Okay. Saan na yan? Okay, it's loading. When it's open, I'll post it. Okay, so I'll look at the other questions first. Hi ma'am, hello po. Watching from Qatar, hello po. 2 years, how about IS? 2 years, how about IS? Oh, di ba tari na? 2 years, how about IS? 2 years teaching experience, you're saying? So, international schools normally require at least 2 years teaching experience. So, if you're asking if you've been teaching for 2 years now and you want to apply to IS, can you apply? So, my answer to you is yes. Are they hiring TLE? I answered this many times. For US, yes. For international school, they're more on like specific TLE, like culinary arts, right? So, fashion design, something like that. Because they also have electives. Pero, just to give an idea, at my school, we don't have TLE subjects. No, we don't. But students have like after-school activities. Like baking. What else? Baking, sporting activities. But my school outsourced them. They are taught by local teachers. So those who are, say, a kid wants to learn how to swim. So swimming is not, it's a part of PE class, but there are students who would like to, have it as a club. They learn from outsourced trainers who are actual swimmers too. So TLE in international schools, I would say not so much unless you are specializing in, for instance, like I said, culinary arts, because there are international schools who offer those. But for other things, mostly they are club. So club, like meetings. So yeah, that's my answer. Tagal mag-load nung ano. Okay. So it's 4:16. Okay. Ito na, yung how po ni ma'am. How and where to apply. Okay, I'll just answer this question for Ma'am Teresa. Ma'am Teresa, I will reply to your question, okay? I'll post it there. Please read. So I gave you links. It's below your comment. Okay. Nawala yung aking... wait lang So I think I'll stay here until 4:30. Okay. Wait, nawala. I can't read the questions anymore. Okay, so let's get back to answering questions. Watching live from Label, Sarangani. Hello po. Wait lang, asan na yung mga question na sinasagot ko? Wait lang Gumalaw na, nawala yung mga questions. Okay. Okay, ito na. Nakaka-catch up na ako. Nakita ko na yung questions. Okay. Ang huli kong sinagot, are they hiring TLE? USA, yes. It's called CTE, International Schools. If your specialization maybe is culinary, most of TLE subjects that we have in the Philippines, they're just a club. So like, to be specific, at my school, we don't have subjects that I would say is a TLE subject. Hello, may chance po ba ma'am yung teaching assistant na maging teacher sa US, licensed teacher po sa Pinas, pero more on teaching assistant role sa Middle East. So, yung teaching experience mo sa Philippines, I'm sure full-time, no? Main class. Ikaw yung main na teacher. So, pero currently, you are a teaching assistant in the Middle East. So, hindi ko alam kung currently teaching ka as an assistant teacher sa Middle East ngayon. Pero just so you know, para ma-assess mo na lang yung sarili mo eligibility, ang requirement para makapagturo sa US, at least 2 years teaching experience na relevant, full-time teacher. Dapat currently teaching ka full-time. So, in the classroom. So, ma'am, ang suggestion ko ganito, apply ka na lang po. Apply ka na lang. Tapos, para officially, wala kang agam-agam, malalaman mo kung qualified ka. Apply ka na lang. Libre naman ma'am pag-apply. So, where to apply, na-post ko na po. Okay? Pahanap na lang. Again, mas madali pong mahanap yung mga topics sa YouTube. Dito sa Facebook, syempre, makikita nyo pa rin. Kaya lang, everyday nagpo-post ako, diba? Sa isang araw, dami kong pinopost. Maliban lang pag pag nasa school ako, pag school week, hindi ako pala post dahil, syempre, yung work. Okay, nakaka-post lang ako pag Monday to Friday kapag nakauwi na ako sa bahay bago matulog. So, ang dami-dami sa Facebook, medyo mahirap hanapin. Pero sa totoo, kung marunong kayo, kung nakikita nyo, diba, sa taas ng mga Facebook page, may mga featured post. Nakapin yan sa taas. Sabi ko nga, ba't hindi nila nakikita yun? Ako nakikita ko naman. Ginagamit ko yung phone ng asawa ko. Nakikita naman doon. Ba't hindi nyo nakikita? Nasa taas po, J1 Visa, recruitment platform, andun po sa taas para madaling ma-access. Pakihanap na lang po yun doon. I'm biology chemistry major but has been teaching here in Qatar in preschool. I had 2 years of experience teaching chemistry and 7 years in elementary science in the Philippines. Am I eligible to apply? Yes. So, Ma'am Josephine, the answer to your question is yes. DG, magkano po nagastos sa pag-apply dyan kasama ang family po? Na-post ko na po yan, yung cost. No? Kaka-post ko lang po ulit. Kasi natanong na po yan kanina. Pero, para may idea kayo, para sa akin, no, $400 ang nagastos ko papunta ng Russia. Yun na yun. At mostly yung pamasahe kasi nataga Bicol ako eh. So, pupunta ako ng Manila, syempre pamasahe. Or pupunta ako ng Legazpi, Albay, kasi taga Camarines Sur ako. Mostly ganun yung gastos ko. Tsaka syempre yung pagpapa-apostil, kasi yung visa sagot naman ng school ko eh. Pamasahe ko sa airplane, pasagot naman nila. So, kaya nasa $400 ang nagastos ko. So, I would say mga ganun lang din magagastos nyo kahit anong school pa yan. Basta international school kasi kino-cover nila mostly. Maraming cost. Okay, yung tanong na cost. Wait lang O, ganito na lang. Pipost ko ulit sa Facebook ko para nasa top ulit siya. So, yung mga nagtatanong tungkol sa cost ng pag-a-apply, ipopost ko ulit, no? Pakitingnan na lang po after ng live mamaya. Okay, so let's move on. Watching from Qatar, I'm one of your, okay. Thank you po sa pag-follow. It's my second year as J1 middle school science teacher here in the US, planning to apply IELTS right after the contract here. Any advice like in Russia? I'm a biology major. My advice is to create an account with recruitment platforms, okay? So you can start exploring and seeing what, where you can apply, because definitely you can apply directly. So from US, go directly to Russia or whatever country you're targeting. Like, I just want to stress this. International schools are worldwide, okay? Not just in Russia. Why am I saying this? Am I gatekeeping Russia? Okay? Gusto ko ba ako lang dito? Syempre hindi. Kasi gusto ko dito lang, di sana hindi ko na share, di ba? Ito kasi ang sitwasyon kasi sa Russia ngayon. Okay? Wala na ditong IB. Wala na IB dito. Na-declare na siya as unwanted, undesirable organization. Kaya ang mga international schools ngayon dito sa Russia, ang hinahanap nila ay mga teachers na ang experience dapat ay UK curriculum. Okay? Example, IGCSE at A levels. Oh, kaya medyo mahirap ngayon pumunta dito. Pero syempre, hindi ko sinasabi wag na kayong mag-apply. Pero yun po yung reality ngayon. Wala na po ngayong IB dito. Okay, so kung ang teaching experience mo ay UK, so kasi ang US American curriculum, 'di ba? AP, kung na AP ka, syempre middle school, wala namang AP ang middle school eh. So, pero feeling ko NGSS, 'di ba? Middle school sa US, NGSS, Common Core. Apply ka pa rin. Pero, ayun nga sinasabi ko, medyo, nasa, ngayon yung mga international schools dito. Kagaya sa school namin, mga students namin, marami umalis na dahil gusto nila IB. So, pumunta na ng Spain, ng UK, or kung saan man. And yung mga natitira, lumipat sa Russian curriculum. Kasi nga dahil dun, bago lang kasi yun, last year lang, around September, na-declare na yung IB ay isang undesirable organization. So, wala nang IB sa Russia. Okay? Last po, ma'am. Are you familiar with ETEA program? I finished BEd, but I'm currently taking BS Science through this program. Do you think this will be accepted or considered comparable in countries like the US or Russia? I rarely see this discussed in vlogs. So it's rarely discussed in vlogs because it's relatively new. Okay? It's relatively new and it's not a program that is known worldwide. So no one's discussing it. And I know personally some people who are taking ETEAP. Okay? So they're currently studying so that they can get their bachelor's degree. This is my personal take. If you're targeting to go out of the US, the Philippines with that ETEA, under the ETEA program, you might have a hard time getting the FCE. I don't think it will be equivalent. Okay, this is why. This is what I think why it will be hard. Yun yung mga nakapag-bachelor's degree. Okay? Yung nakapag-bachelor's degree na full, na 4. Kapag hindi doon nakita na off-campus ka, alam mo yung OJT, di ba? Tayo mga teachers nag-OJT sa school. Off-campus ang tawag doon, di ba? Ano ba bang ibang tawag doon? Hindi ka nga papasa eh. Hindi nila, pag hindi nila yung nakita, para sa kanila, hindi equivalent. Kasi wala kang teacher training. Okay? So, kung ETEA, I doubt na meron doong, off-campus. So, pang feeling ko, mahirap siyang, pero alam nyo, hindi naman kasi ako authority dito na 100%, hindi ko sinasabing ako ay expert, no? Pero walang nagdi-discuss yan kasi bago lang naman siya. Tsaka, kahit nung narinig ko yung abdukol dyan, medyo doubtful. Yun yung aking personal lang naman na view at pwedeng mali ako. Kasi like I said, di naman ako expert dyan. At, pinaka-importante, hindi ko naman yan na-experience. Pero based sa experience ko, pagdating sa pag-a-assess ng sa TOR, makikita yan eh. Natapos mo tong degree na to ng 15 months, O kaya ng 1 year lang? Paano? Kasi, importante sa kanila yung number of credits. Yung number of hours. Yung ilang days mo siyang kinuha. Sa FCE din, importante din yung, di ba? Sa FCE, yung credits. So, course by course kasi ang pag-a-analyze po ng transcript eh. So, hindi ko alam ano itsura ng ITEAP na transcript. Pero sure ako na kapag natapos mo yung degree mo through the ITEAP program, I'm sure wala dyang practice teaching. So, alam ko sa New Zealand at sa Australia, naghahanap nung part na yon. Kasi sa totoo, may experience kasi ako sa requirement ng Australia. Bakit? Bago po ako natapos sa US, on my 5th year, syempre, nagtitingin-tingin na ako, apply. Meron sa aking nag-email for Australia. Southern Territory. Right? O, pinagpasa ako. Nakalimutan ko na, hindi to yung isang placement na bogus eh. Nakita ko na program talaga siya ng Australia eh. Okay? So, pinagpasa ako ng requirements, as pinagpili na nga ako kung saan ko gustong magturo. 'Di ba? Tapos, hindi pa rin ako, in the end, 'di ba, parang, kaya medyo nainis ako, kung ano pinapapasa nyo sa akin, ganyan. Tapos, parang, ano ba yung nakita nila sa akin? Ayun, tinatanong ako, nag-practice teaching ka ba? Parang hindi nila makita yun sa transcript ko. Sinexplain ko, ito yung practice teaching ko. Iba yung tawag nila. So, dahil lang doon, alam nyo yun, kaya, syempre, wala na akong pakialam sa kanila. Pero, shinare ko yan kasi para sabihin sa inyo na, based sa aking experience, sa totoo, may mga countries na naghahanap nung part ng practice teaching. Okay? Kasali na dun yung US. Kaya nga yung mga hindi degree holder ng bachelor, di ba, yung eduk, kumukuha sila ng master's degree. Kumbaga, mas may extra silang kailangan gawin para mag-qualify. So, usually, master's degree. Okay, so kung, ayun, yun na po, haba na sinabi ko, no. Bakit dahil para, B.Ed naman eh, pero ma'am, yung B.Ed na lang ang kunin mo, total natapos mo naman siya yung B.Ed eh. Kasi yung ITEAP, BS, medyo doubtful ako outside of the US kung i-recognize siya. So, mag-apply ka as elementary teacher. So, like I said po, sa international schools, ano hinahire nila? Preschool to high school, pati mga admin positions. Okay, ma'am, ask lang. Pagkasama ang husband, any job ba pwede niya? Nasagot ko na to kanina, international school ang pinag-uusapan natin. Mostly yung mga husband, mga wife, mga dependents ay nagtatrabaho remote jobs. Kung Russia, ang pinag-uusapan natin, yung asawa ko, ang visa niya, pati anak ko, ay family companion visa. Hindi yun eligible na magtrabaho. Okay? At kung mag-work ka din sa Russia, syempre, yan din ang visa ng yung asawa mo, I'm sure hindi rin siya pwede magtrabaho dito. Tsaka saan siya mag-a-apply? Marunong ba siya mag-Russian? So, usually, remote jobs ang trabaho ng mga spouses. Okay? Alin po mas advisable? J1, mahirap na pong H1B, so J1 na lang po kayo. Is there age limit for teachers in international schools? Depende po sa country. Kasi ang age limit ay tied sa visa requirement ng bansa. Okay? Mostly, nakadepende siya sa retirement age ng country na yun. So, yun po yung sagot ko kay Ma'am Josephine. Okay, another question from her. ECE teacher here in Qatar for 19 years. So, yeah, so, unless siguro 65 years old ka na, mostly, i-accept ka pa. So, yun po yung sagot ka. Iba-ibang country, iba-iba age limit. Pero pag USA, walang age limit. Saan po pwede apply for ECE and kindergarten position? May mga, opo, yun na po yung sagot ko. Lahat ng international schools ay preschool to high school. Saan kayo mag-a-apply? Sa recruitment platforms na nakwento ko na kanina po. At nasa page ko din po yan. May opportunity po ba sa international school sa US ang special needs education teacher? Okay, sa US ka magtuturo. O sa US, public school or international schools, nangailangan ng SPED teacher. Okay, malaki ang shortage dyan. So, yes pong sagot kay Ma'am Margie. Good PM watching from Naga City. Hello po, ma'am. Uwi na ako dyan sa summer. Kita-kit sa lansangan ng sentro. Ma'am Josephine, hi ma'am, is there an age limit for teacher applicants in international schools? Nasagot ko na po, no? Ang sagot ko ay, depende sa bansa. Ay, Ma'am Lali, hello! Nako, may paparating na, dyan, na storm. Snowstorm ba yun? Ingat po kayo dyan, ma'am. Ingat kayo, Ma'am Lali. Mag-prepare na. Huwag kayong maubusan ng tissue, okay? Alam niyo yung mga Amerikano, parang tissue is life sa US, hindi ko maintindihan, may tabo naman eh. Promise, no? Yun ang nagkakaubusan sa US. Tissue paper! Okay. Mula US po ba kayo nag-apply para siya? Hindi po. Paano po ninyo na-secure ang required docs from Pilipinas? So, I'm guessing Ma'am Kathleen nasa US ka ngayon. May pinost po ako para sa mga teacher na nasa US. Ano yung dapat yung gawin bago kayo umalis? Okay, so, sagot ko po sa tanong nyo. Nasa Philippines po ako. Galing po ako ng Philippines bago ako nag-Russia. At pakipanood na lang po, pinost ko po sa Facebook yung mga reminders ko para sa mga J1 na papauwi na ng Pilipinas. Hello Ma'am Jules, watching from Moscow. Privyet. Okay, watching live from Alabel, Sarangani. Hello po. Working as ALT in Japan. However, I don't have LET. Okay, so Ma'am Jing. Sa US, United States, required ang LET. Kasi LET is meaning yung teaching license, di ba? International schools, most of them, they also require. Sa US then, if you are an assistant teacher, so hindi siya considered na main teaching role. Pero like I said, I don't want to say, no, do not apply. I say always, whatever your condition, whatever your situation, just apply. That's the best way to know. You will never know unless you try. Always remember that, okay? You will never know unless you try. Libre naman yung pag-a-apply. May age limit po ba? Saan? Okay. USA walang age limit. International schools, depende sa bansa. Hi there, just want to say thank you for sharing such comprehensive and reliable information. It is a great help for international teacher applicants pursuing teaching opportunities abroad. You are welcome. Thank you for watching my post, reading my post. I'm grateful. I'm happy they're helping you. Ma'am Teresa, just inquiring po, pwede madala kasama? Of course. So, this for everybody. If you're working as a teacher, you can bring your family. It doesn't matter what country. Family is, you can always bring your family, okay? Bakit kasi kailangan ko pa ulitin? Nasabi ko naman na. Okay? Kahit anong bansa, pag teacher ang trabaho, ay kasali ang pamilya. May age limit po ba? Nasagot ko na yan. May age limit po ba? Follow-up question po ma'am. My recent experience is in preschool for 19 years, but my major is biology, chemistry, and my science teaching experience was 10 years ago. Which teaching post should I apply? Okay. You can apply as... okay, meron ka ba... but my major was 10 years ago. Okay. USA, pag USA, medyo mahirap to, no? Sa US, wala kasing preschool. Pang J1. Ang J1 sa US ay mula kinder. Okay? Ang preschool, mga libre kasi yan doon. Parang, ano yun eh, mga medyo private o kaya subsidized ang school. So, ang J1 ay from kindergarten to high school. So, as a preschool teacher, mag-apply ka ba sa US? Pero preschool teacher, apply ka sa international school? Yes, you may. Nangatimbok. Ang dami ko ng ubat. Sorry Okay, next. So, international school, pwede ka mag-apply as preschool. Pwede ka rin mag-apply as biology teacher, international school. Okay po? Kasi kung sa US, mag-apply ka as biology teacher, kaso 10 years ago pa yun, yung mga ibang visa sponsor, medyo... ano sila dyan? Kasi dapat currently teaching ka. Kung 10 years ago pa. So, yun, ma'am. Again, apply ka na lang, ma'am. Libre naman eh. Then find out for yourself. Pero yun ang aking sagot sa inyo. Just to give you an idea. Kailangan po bang may license pang nagtuturo sa Russia? Opo. Kahit saan pong country dapat may teaching license ka sa nagaling sa home country mo. Sa international schools ha. Pero kasi pagdating mo din naman sa country, kukuhaan ka pa rin naman ng teaching license doon. I have UK preschool teaching experience here in Qatar, but only have preschool UK certificate. Am I? Yes. Yeah, you can apply practice teaching, student teaching. Oh, yan, tama. Wala na akong boses. 4:37 na pala. So, good evening po. Practice teaching po. Practice teaching, 10 units. 10 units lang pala yung practice teaching. Hindi ko alam kung 10 units yan na. Kailangan po ba may license pag mag-apply? Yes po, kailangan. Credited po ba kung hindi align ng masteral degree ko? Depende po. Sa US sa totoo, depende sa state. May mga state na nag-credit for additional salary. Kahit hindi related sa pagtuturo yung master's degree. Okay? Sa mga international schools, sa tingin ko na-credit siya eh. Kasi malaking saldo ko dito compared dun sa nilagay nila sa website. Eh yung master's degree ko naman, na natapos ko, hindi naman siya physics. Pero may 34 units ako na physics sa masters. So, hindi ako sure, no? Pero feeling ko sa international schools, basta may master's degree ka, meron kang diploma, may transcript, ika-count nila. Okay, hello. I have master's and PhD in math, teaching license in math from India. Currently, I am on J1 in USA. After 3 years of US experience, what are my chances of getting international school in Russia? What you suggest me? This is my second year of J1. Yeah, you better apply. Okay, you have strong, like vertically aligned credentials. So yeah, go ahead. You should apply. Paano po kung may units in education and master's units ang nakapagturo na for 15 years, hahanapan pa ba ng practice? Again, ma'am, yung ano ko po, yung sinabi ko tungkol sa practice teaching, depende po sa country. Okay? Kasi sa totoo, sa US, sa US, no? Marami naman nakakuha ng J1 dun na hindi naman edu major. Pero may master's degree sila at kumuha sila ng LET. Okay? Basta meron kayong valid teaching license. Parang ma-justify naman siya. Okay? Yun po yung aking sagot sa inyo. Okay. Information from Ma'am Early. So, mga sa China, age limit pala doon 60 years. Okay, 60 years. Okay, sa China, 60 years. Silent follower po all the way from Dumaguete City, Negros Occidental. Thank you po. Thank you. You're welcome po and salamat sa pag-follow. Hello, I wish to know the free websites to get advertised jobs for special education teachers. I posted on my Facebook page already. Okay, so okay, what I would suggest if you're targeting the United States where SPED is in demand, okay, you should go to, okay, let me just reply to you. Okay, I will reply to you with some links, okay, it's up to you to read them. Take a look. Okay, just to clarify, compared to the US, SPED is not as in demand in international schools. Okay? I'll give you an example. In my school, there's no SPED. There's no SPED here. And because here in Russia, I guess this is because of their system, you know. Students here with special needs are not in school. They are in a different, like an institution maybe. And so their teachers are local. So there's no like market here for special needs teachers. So it's they usually call it SEN, SEN, in international school, not SPED. Okay? So, just to give you an idea. But, you know, I posted like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I posted hiring for SPED teachers, SEN, international schools. So if you're not a follower of my page, please start following, because if you are following my page, you will be notified. You will see what I posted. So I've been posting hiring in different subject areas. You can still see them on my wall, but you have to scroll down. Okay, I posted hiring for special education, specifically SPED. In international schools, they are called SEN, S-E-N, not SPED. SPED is a term they use in the US. Okay, so go ahead and look it up. Okay, are there questions I haven't answered yet? Because it's 4:43 and... Okay, I'm math teacher for grades 4 to 9. Which state is good for me? You can apply to any state. I don't... Because STEM teachers are in demand. Okay? Whatever country, whatever state, they're in demand. So, just apply. Ma'am, BS Electronics Engineering po natapos ko. Tapos ko na po yun, ACAD requirements. Ma-ed major in math po. May license din po ako sa teacher po. Opo, may chance. Yes. Yeah. Sir, or ma'am, my answer to you is yes. Alright, teachers, I think I have to say bye. I said on my post that it will just be for an hour. So we already have gone beyond. I haven't had my lunch yet. Diba sabi ko, nalita ko kasi ang niluto ko, bibimbap. Ang tagal na. Ang dami kasing steps. Hindi pa ako makain. Napapasbo na ako. Wala na akong boses, diba? Okay. My answer to you is still the same. STEM is needed in the US, in all states. Okay? And so STEM includes math, right? And the same thing is for international schools. If you're a math major, you have a place in the US, whatever state or, you know, whatever country for international schools. Anyway, teachers, I have to say bye. Ang sakit na ulo ko na to Tom Jones na me. Ayokong pumayat, diba? Ayokong pumayat. Paano yun? Pagpayat na ako, lahat na lang nga sa akin. Okay. Alright, teachers, thank you for joining me. I'll probably do another live next week, next Saturday. Okay? So hopefully I answered your questions. Those who joined me today. Alright, so for those who asked me about the cost of application, somebody also asked me about how to answer, tell us about yourself. I reposted, so you'll see them right away. Okay, bye. Thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.